This forest is actually kind of close to the studio, but I haven't been here ever since I was a kid. There's something that I love about forests that makes them very calm and chill. Let's see if we can grab a couple of shots with the 15 Pro Max and this camera, which is ZV-E1. It's sort of like a high-end, full-frame, video-centric camera. And then I'll mix both cameras together, and then we're gonna see if you can spot which shot was shot with which camera. To be able to get the smoothest looking shots, I'm gonna use this, the DJI Osmo 6. It's actually kind of a cool gimbal. Check this out. Whoa! Huh? Let's see what we can get. I'm gonna open up the Blackmagic camera app. And the first thing that I wanna do is to do some push-in shots. Let's see if we can flip things over. We're probably gonna get the best effect if we go into the 13mm lens. Lower the gimbal and then push in. Push in. Go. Nice. I wonder how close we can get with the 120mm. Does it have macro? Most certainly does not, but we can get pretty darn close. Lock the focus here. A little bit of a pan. Nice. Maybe we can get a macro shot. 24. Jump in as close as we freaking can and then do something like that. That's gonna look really nice. So maybe this stump that we got here. Let's see if we can get it. Pan out. That and back. We're gonna get one more shot next to this log. That's actually kind of fun because we're shooting in a log profile. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do sort of like a push in like that. 24mm lens. Whoa. Nice. Let's grab a couple of shots with the other camera and see the difference. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's move over here. We can take this stump and see if we can grab an interesting shot with the leaves here in the foreground and then the focus being on the stump. Just gonna up the ISO a whole lot. Move. Looks good. Let's go over to the big boner of the forest here. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm wondering if we need something else. Maybe a push in between the leaves. We're gonna start here and then we're gonna move back. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I feel done. It's starting to get cold outside. I really do not want winter to come, but it is inevitable. So looking at shots that I got, like you can see which one is taken with the iPhone and which one is taken with the bigger camera. But I think that for the majority of the people and the type of way that we consume content, it doesn't really matter as much. It's more so when you move into the space of making client videos or commercial videos that you need to think of having a camera that is bigger, maybe not this camera, maybe a step bigger even, but you can make commercials with this as well. And you can absolutely make it with an iPhone too. It's just that it's a phone camera and the lens capability of the phone is not going to be the same as a big lens. Just take a look at the thickness of this lens and then just put the iPhone lens on the side of it. It's like there's not going to be a competition between the two as long as you have these lenses that can be mounted to a sensor that is several times bigger than the one of an iPhone. I think for someone like me that has been using a plethora of different cameras, it's also easier to tell the difference between the image quality when you're looking at the two side by side than what it would be for someone that is not experienced with it. One of the biggest things that I'm noticing with the mirrorless camera is the low noise to ISO ratio. So I was going up to ISO 4000. And if I were to do the same with the iPhone, it would just look incredibly bad. You would have a totally unusable footage. And even when I was at ISO 400 in the forest, you could see that there was some noise being introduced into the shots that was taken. Even though the 15 Pro Max has incredible dynamic range, and I mean incredible because I'm honestly impressed by it. The bigger camera just has so much better dynamic range. I do like the fact that we have the log profile on the 15 Pro Max, and it makes it fun to start using this as a video camera actually, because I've been shooting log profiles for the last 5 years, and it's something that I always strive to have when I'm buying a new camera. So seeing this in the 15 Pro and Pro Max is fantastic, but then again, you're gonna get a better log profile with something like the CVE1, and there's going to be more dynamic range, less noise, and more colors that you can actually pull back from that log footage than what you can from the iPhone. I do think that the Pro Max is doing a really good job of actually giving you a nice blurry background when you're shooting close-ups of something. For example, the moss that I shot, you can see that there's some really nice blurred out background, but as soon as you take a step back from something, you can really see that the shallow depth of field is sort of like obliterated with almost infinity focus. So in a way, you can get that shallow depth of field, but with the bigger camera and a better lens, you're gonna be able to get that anywhere. Stabilization-wise, the iPhone does have the active mode or sports mode, active sports, I can't remember what it was called. That was sick. The downside though is that it scales down the footage to 2.7K instead of being a 4K. With the ZVE1, you have something that is called dynamic steady shot, which basically makes the entire shot very smooth as long as you're walking towards something. If you start doing a little bit of pans, then the footage is gonna be a little bit jittery and it's gonna look very fake when you jump into post. But the main advantage that the Pro Max has is that it's portable, easy to use, and you always got it with you. Let me show you what your phone together with the Osmo 6 can do. Back in the parking garage, and I know what you're thinking. Oh no, not another car video once again, Peter. Well, it's like I don't have anyone that is with me to film these videos, but Optimus here is a perfect subject. Do you remember those car videos that were really trendy, where they were like, whoo, shoo, shoo, I'm gonna try to pull one of those off using the 15 Pro Max and the Osmo 6. I'm gonna do a screen recording and record it with the Osmo Action, so you're gonna be able to see everything. Have you seen this necklace from PG Whitetech? I actually like it a whole lot when you're doing these POV style videos. Click, and you're done, man. Just angle it the way that you want. There's so many good products on the market. Can't wait to show you mine. Oh, one of the cool things with this gimbal when you're using the Mimo app is that you can zoom using this wheel on the side here, which is making the entire process so much smoother. So we can just pull this out, get a little bit closer to the ground, mark the car here, you're gonna hit record, I'm gonna line it with this line. Nice. You're gonna have the wide angle and mark the car. There we go. And pull this out. And then we're gonna try to see if we can do a spin around. Nice. I almost got a little bit dizzy. Maybe shot of the tires. You get increased ISO here. 400 should do. And again. Yeah, I think that worked. One of these FPV wide angle. Start here. 3, 2, 1, go. All the way back. Let's do one of those where we like push in here, hang out to this, out, and then into the Toyota logo. And in, there we go, into the lights, boom, up, and down, into that, out, and in. As I stated in some of my previous videos, I have shot some of my content with this phone and nobody has commented that the quality is bad or worse or anything compared to my bigger camera. You absolutely don't need to go out and buy one of these cameras to be able to get good video done. It's more important to know how you piece everything together in the editing process. And if you're interested in editing, you should definitely head over to my Final Cut Pro course. I'm gonna drop a link in the description because you're gonna learn everything that I have learned up until this point during the time that I've been working as a YouTuber and a content creator and working with brands such as DJI, Sony, Artlist, Anchor, Motion VFX, there's a bunch of them. If you want to learn how to edit, highly recommend that. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so that we can see each other in the next video. Huh? Peter från Sweden, saying goodbye.